Hello. An east-west split best describes our weather across Europe at the moment. Heatwave conditions in many eastern areas, particularly the northeast and across western Russia under this big area of high pressure. In the west, low pressure rolling in. Cooler than average days towards the west of Europe, still through the middle part of the week, and very showery across northern Spain, much of France, up into Germany, the Low Countries, and for some of the Baltic states. Can't rule out some isolated thunderstorms adjacent to the Black Sea either, a few drifting down into Turkey on Wednesday. Looking fine though across the Aegean and the Adriatic. Sunshine for Italy, for Sardinia, Corsica, Sicily and the Balearics. Some heavy showers though for some of the Spanish costas, and for France some really intense downpours. Things start to clear a little across the northwest of France on Thursday as a ridge of high pressure tries to build here, but that then shunts the rain further down towards Switzerland, Austria and eventually into the Northern Alps. The heat wave continues across Western Europe, 37 degrees there in Moscow. We'll start to see some warmth returning, particularly to the southwest of Europe, though, in the days ahead as the skies begin to clear. For Moscow, the heat set to continue in the short term, but it looks like it will start to go bang as thunderstorms arrive on Sunday. Hello. Just as we lose Claudette from the east coast of the US, our next weather hazard looms large. This really potent cold weather front that will bring thunderstorms the length of the east coast of North America. In fact, strong winds and thunderstorms through the Canadian Maritimes all the way down the east coast and in fact down into the Gulf of Mexico on Tuesday. Much cooler air coming in behind that front to the eastern US. Towards the west, it still remains hot, although perhaps not as hot as it has been in the last few days. It does, though, remain dry, and we will still have some quite notable strong and gusty winds, so critical fire risk across much of the Great Basin as we go through the remainder of this week. Some signs, though, that the southwesterly wind could actually bring enough moisture into Death Valley to manifest a little bit of rain on Wednesday. You can see the temperatures climbing again the likes of Phoenix by Thursday. Here's the east coast on Tuesday, rain stretching from New York all the way down to Myrtle Beach. Some torrential downpours as this front comes through. Localised flooding, certainly a possibility. The front will tend to clear the east coast, but linger down into the deep south right the way through the middle part of the week. So more wet weather in the outlook for Tallahassee and Jacksonville. Hello. Some really pronounced contrasts in the weather across the South American continent at the moment. In the south, numerous weather fronts whisking their way through, bringing heavy rain. There'll be some further heavy snow for the Andes and some strong winds on Tuesday. And then temperatures falling away behind this weather front as we look to the middle of the week. Above average temperatures across some parts of southern Brazil and for Paraguay in the short term. Above average rainfall to the north of the Amazon basin, particularly for Venezuela, but extending across into parts of the northern coast of Brazil too. The tail end of a weather front will leave some rain for Salvador on Tuesday. The tail end of another front is likely to spark off some showers across southern Brazil and parts of Paraguay and Uruguay through the middle of the week. Valdivia does become clearer. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it also becomes cold. Assumption starts to lose its heat as the showers break out here on Thursday. Still plenty of showers in the outlook for Central America and increasingly across the Caribbean in the days ahead. Some heavy rain, though, focusing on Guatemala, down into Costa Rica and Panama. The showers rather more hit and miss for Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic and Jamaica. But nonetheless, where those showers break out, they are still likely to be rather heavy and thundery. Hello. From our latest African satellite picture, we've been watching some really marked shower activity adjacent to the Gulf of Guinea, and we'll see some heavier showers again, I think, for areas such as coastal Ghana and Nigeria in the days ahead. Also some heavier rain fringing into Cameroon. A little bit of a pickup in the showers across parts of Ethiopia as well, largely confined to the highlands. A front will bring some showers into Cape Town in the days ahead, below average temperatures here. To the north of the continent, actually some quite significant Significant heat pushing across Libya, and we'll see that heat working its way eastwards across the north of the continent, eventually temperatures pushing up all the way across Sudan. In the short term, temperatures a little below average across parts of Morocco, but you can see Marrakesh sees the temperatures creeping up through the days ahead. Across the Middle East, plenty of heat and plenty of sunshine. A little bit of a shamal developing for Iraq on Wednesday. That wind looks to turn though and become a little bit more of a northeasterly across central Saudi Arabia, but we will, I think, move nonetheless a little bit of dust and sand around courtesy of that. Not a cloud really in the sky to mention. A lot of heat continuing to be the story across Iraq and parts of Iran in the days ahead. Hello. We're seeing plenty of cloud swirling around in the Bay of Bengal on our latest satellite picture. This is essentially an area of low pressure which will continue to throw some heavy rain into parts of Myanmar, as far north as Nepal and Bhutan, and particularly affect the northeast of India in the next 48 hours or so. The monsoon continues to advance northwestwards, but it will make, I think, slower inroads in the week ahead. It's slightly ahead of schedule now, pushing its way into the northwest, about 2 weeks ahead of where we'd expect at this point in June. Unseasonably cool for Kazakhstan in the days ahead, and some wet weather for Nur Sultan on Wednesday. Temperatures around 10 degrees Celsius below average here. Meanwhile, as we look towards the Middle East and through into the stands, temperatures above average for Georgia, Armenia, parts of Kyrgyzstan, temperatures 6 to 8 degrees above average widely through the days ahead. Showery for Sri Lanka, for the Maldives, but some of our heaviest rain on the way for Odisha, West Bengal, parts of Bangladesh and Nepal as we look further ahead with our forecast. Staying fine for Kabul and Tashkent, temperatures close to 40 for Islamabad, and sitting at that mark, I think, for Delhi in the next few days. Not much rain here. Heavy downpours though for Kathmandu and again for Kolkata. Hello. On our latest Asian satellite picture, you can make out a band of white cloud stretching across southern China towards Taiwan, and at the moment just sitting to the south of Japan. This line of showers, if you like, is known as the Mayu Front. It appears this time every year, and these seasonal rains drift north and south across a matter of weeks and months. Particularly heavy rain out of this front for southern China, though, on Wednesday. Heavy downpours for Hong Kong and for Taipei. Some signs that front will weaken across southern China later in the week, but activity will resurge across central China through the weekend. More heavy showers for the Philippines and for northern Thailand and Myanmar in the next few days. Taipei looks set to remain fairly showery through our outlook. Some drier days for Hong Kong Saturday and Sunday as the rain shifts further north. Very windy around the Great Australian Bight in the next couple of days as this area of low pressure ploughs through. Quite a marked cold front as well, working its way eastwards. Some quite thundery rain accompanied by gusty winds following on here. New Zealand, pretty quiet on Wednesday. Actually, a lot of sunshine around, a bit more cloud towards the far south of the South Island. But we will see a cold front approaching the South Island later on in the week, eventually carrying some rain towards Wellington by Saturday.